Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Yo, people, you know what it is. More time is more time. I'm the monk and I'm back. This time, it's another Bristol Gooner show for you. I think it's Bristol Gooner show number 4. Um, yeah, man, it's been pretty good going for Arsenal. Like I said to you before, I do this show in bigger sample sizes than just from game to game because we have a big reactionary fan base and they really like to just roller coaster ride this whole season, ups and downs, Arteta in, Arteta out, Kai Havertz in, Kai Havertz out. Fucking we go up and down from game to game, you know what I'm saying? And that is the sole purpose why I chose to do this show in bigger sample sizes, just so we can get, you know what I'm saying, a more realistic look at how things are going, not so reactionary based, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, and Arsenal have been doing good things of late. We It's been a bit weird. It's been a bit weird, I can't lie. We've had some great results in both the league and the Champions League. Not so good in the FA Cup, as we spoke about on the last one, going out to Man United on penalties. But it is what it is. We're out of that cup competition. Tonight we have a game against Newcastle, who are currently 2-0 up in the Carabao Cup semi-final. So we need to win by at least 2 or 3 in order to stay in and reach the final. We've got it all to do, but we're going to get into that shortly. But yeah, I'm going to start out with how we've been doing in the league and all of that stuff, and we'll talk about transfers and all of that as well. If we head over to the screen capture, mates, and take a quick look at how things are going for Arsenal in the league. Well, if we take a quick look at the results that we've had since we last had the show. So we lost to Newcastle 2-0. Then we lost to Man United on penalties, like I've spoken about already. We then went away to... Was it home or away? I can't remember. I think it was away, wasn't it? But we played Tottenham and beat Tottenham 2-1. It was a good game. You know what I'm saying? Dominic Solanke own goal, which I think was actually Gabriel Magalhaes' goal that got headed onto Solanke. I think it was that one. And Leandro Trossard getting the goal in the 44th minute. Heung-min Son scoring the goal for Tottenham 25 minutes in, so we was 1-0 down and had to make a comeback, and we did that. As you can see by the game stats, it was fairly even. We had a little bit more of everything, but you know what I'm saying, and the way the game flowed, we were on top. So we got a good result there, you know what I mean? Always need to beat Tottenham at home. I was really home or away, whatever it was. Always need to beat Tottenham. That goes without saying. So we beat Tottenham. Then we came up against Villa and we drew 2-2, which was a shame. I think we could have won that one as well. I think a Kai Havertz goal got chalked off because they said it was a handball. It was fired in from, I think it was Mikel Moreno maybe, and it hits Kai Havertz in the stomach, chest area, and goes into the goal. The referee deems it a handball, which I don't think it was. Ollie Watkins after the game even stated that it was a bit harsh, and he would have been disappointed if that was him. So we should have won that one 3-2, but we didn't come away with a draw. We then had to go into the Champions League Uh, we'll go through with it. We come up against Dynamo Zagreb, smash them up 3-0. The great performance all round. It was a bit sketchy here and there, but you know what I mean. 3-0, clean sheet, can't complain. And as you can see from the stats, you can see the stats. I'm not sure if you can. We were all over it. You know what I mean? Taking advantage of most of it. So from that game, we go. Yeah, no. Yeah. So from Dynamo Zagreb, we come up against Wolves. We beat Wolves 1-0. It was that was a bit of a weird game as well. We got a red card that shouldn't have been a red card. That was Miles Lewis Skelly getting the red card for a challenge that should have been a yellow. We've seen it 100 times in the Premier League where, you know, where a team's attacking, they get caught, intercepted off the ball gets intercepted early, get hit on the break on the transition, and before the opponent can get away, stick out a little leg, bring them down, calculated foul. You know what I'm saying? We see that a million times in the Premier League over the years. It's like, no matter what league you play in, a tactical foul has always been a yellow. But for some reason with Arsenal, I mean, it could be fucking Sunday league, you know what I mean? And you do a challenge like that in that circumstance, it's always been a yellow. Unless you've just double-footed man in the back, or you know what I mean, or hit man fucking studs in the Achilles, you know what I mean? But he got sent off, which was unwarranted, and since has been redacted. Is it redacted? Or been taken back. And Wolves got a player sent off, and we managed to get the 1-0 victory with a goal from Calafiori, which was a good goal, to be honest with you. He does his normal coming from that left back position and just curled one into the corner, which was, we needed that, you know what I mean? We couldn't really lose to Wolves. It was a non-negotiable. It was a game we had to win, and we got the win, you know what I mean? Beat Wolves 1-0. We then go back into the Champions League and we face Girona, the Champions League, and we beat them 2-1. Yeah, it wasn't a must-win game, but it was if you wanted to just automatically qualify and be in a good position in the next round of the Champions League, and that's what we've done. But we'll get into the Champions League very shortly. We then, most recently, on Sunday, came up against Man City, and we absolutely demolished Man City 5-1. There's been a lot of talk about Haaland versus Gabriel, Haaland versus Arteta, you know what I mean? Haaland versus Miles Lewis Skelly, and every battle the Arsenal guys came out on top, whether that be Gabriel Magalhaes. He couldn't get no change out of Gabriel Magalhaes at all. Arteta told Arteta to stay humble, got humbled 5-1. Said to Miles Lewis Skelly, "Who are you?" when there was a conflict between him and Gabriel. And you know what I'm saying? Miles Lewis Skelly reminded him, or let him know who he was, with a great goal and a great celebration. In that game, 5 goal scorers, you know what I mean? There's all 5 separate goal scorers as well. So even though we have no striker, or no new striker, no clinical top expensive striker, we've managed to spread the goals around the team. Started out with Martin Odegaard, great interception from Kai Havertz, passes it to Martin Odegaard, slots it 2 minutes in, great start to the game. Erling Haaland then equalises with a header at the start part of the second half. So when he got the equaliser, I thought it was going to be a bit sketchy. I thought the game was going to be, you know what I mean, one of those days where it doesn't go our way. But instantly, a minute later, Thomas Partey replies with a great interception from Phil Foden, misplaced pass, runs it into the box, just outside the box on the right side of the pitch, and lets off a shot. The shot is deflected, but it goes in. I think it would have went in anyway because Thomas always bangs them long ranger danger shots, you know what I mean? They go in, but this time deflected, went in. Then Miles Lewis-Skelly 10 minutes later with a great bit of play. Positionally, he was just outside the box on the left hand side, kind of swapped places with Martin Odegaard, or the position that Declan Rice would normally take up, but Declan Rice was out on the wing, fed the ball through to Skelly, who escaped one player, cut in to escape another player, whacked it in the bottom corner, and had a great celebration. Everybody went mad. The energy was there. And then from that moment, 10 minutes later, Kai Havertz, Gabriel, another Thomas Partey pre-assist, great play, manages to get the ball and then just feed it through to Gabriel Martinelli, who was running at speed on the right hand side of the pitch, with Kai Havertz making an overlapping run as they reached into the box. Gabriel Martinelli passes it off to Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz cuts back in the inside and dispatches of that. And we are then 4-1 up. And just to put the cherry on the cake, Ethan Nwaneri gets subbed on. And didn't take him long at all to do his signature trademark finish with the cut-in, left foot wand, wrapped it. Keeper had no chance, you know what I'm saying? It was a great game that day. And as you can see from the stats, we pretty much had the majority of the stats as well, apart from possession, passes, pass accuracy. So Man City, they were there, you know what I mean? But from the stats wise, they were there, but in the game, they weren't there at all. You know what I mean? Arsenal dispatched of them, man, easily. So we go into the table. Liverpool still got a game in hand and are 6 points clear. Arsenal in second with 50 points. Nottingham Forest doing very well in third with 47. Then Chelsea in third with 43, and Man City are in fifth with 41. On the same points as Newcastle, but have a better goal difference. Bournemouth are up there as well, 40 points. So even Villa technically, but we'll go from Bournemouth. So 7th to 5th is up in the air. And then 5th to 3rd is it up in a, 5th to 4th, Chelsea. Nottingham Forest would have to lose and draw in order for Chelsea to make up those points. So I think 1 to 3 is kind of certified at the minute. I mean, things can always change in the league. There's still plenty of games to go. But Arsenal sitting pretty in second. Liverpool got to play Everton, so that'll be their game in hand. If Everton can get a win, then there'll be no game in hand, and yeah, it will be no game in hand, and there'll be 6 points clear, which they still got to play us and Man City and some other hard games. So 2 losses. If we can beat them and Man City can beat them, then you know what I mean. We're back in it 100%. If Everton, Arsenal, Man City can get some results and even some draws along the way, Liverpool and Arsenal keep winning, it's not done. It's not over for Arsenal in the league as of yet. Like I'm saying, plenty games to go. Let's see who Arsenal have next in the league. Okay, so on Saturday the 15th, we have Leicester in the league, which should be a win in my eyes. Leicester. So the next block we have is Leicester, West Ham, Nottingham Forest, Man United, Chelsea to be somewhere around there. Fulham, Everton. So we got some hard games coming up as well, man. It's not easy. We got Liverpool on the 10th of May. Ooh, there's not many games left, to be honest with you. There ain't. That 2, 4, 6. About 14 games left, which is a decent amount that we could still come back and win the league. And if we do that, that'd be crazy. But we got Leicester next to look forward to. And I'm gonna get into the the game from later on today, but just gonna talk about the Champions League quickly. And yeah, have a quick look. So we sit in third in the Champions League. Well, only by goal difference. We're up there, same points. Oh, actually, there is 3 teams: Barcelona, Arsenal, and Inter Milan, all on 19 points, with Liverpool on 21 points. So we're doing well in that regard as well. You know what I'm saying? Arsenal ranked number 3, round of 16, versus AC Milan, PSV, Feyenoord, or Juve. I think we can beat AC. I think we can beat PSV. I think we can beat Feyenoord, and I think we can beat Juve as well. So it's looking okay for Arsenal to progress to the next rounds. In the round of 16, to do something there. I mean, Liverpool, who have they got? They've got PSG, Benfica, Monaco, or Brest. They've got a pretty easy run, if I'm being honest with you. But yeah, I think we could still do bits in the Champions League. We're in a good position. We're not out of that yet. You know what I'm saying? So we got the league and the Champions League. We're in a healthy position. So it's not looking too bad for Arsenal, to be honest with you. And then obviously today we got a big game in the Carabao Cup, the second leg of the semi-final. We're down 2-0 on aggregate so far to Newcastle. No news or lineups as of yet, but we will be doing a watch along for the stream later, so make sure you tune in for that one and we'll get things cracking, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I feel like we can come back. Can we beat Newcastle 2-0 and then go to penalties? I think we could. Can we win on penalties? Why not? You know what I mean? As long as Odegaard and Kai Havertz don't take a penalty. You know what I'm saying? Can we beat them 3-0 and just win it outright and head to the final? I think we could. We get a nice early goal. And then, you know what I mean? Get the second and the third and then keep a clean sheet. I know Newcastle will be fighting for their lives because it looks like the only cup they can win this season. So they're going to be going all out. They haven't won silverware in a hot minute, maybe like 50 years or something. You know they're really going to be going for it as well. But we need it just as bad. So we need a good performance, positive performance. We need goals. We need everybody to turn up so we can reach the final of the EFL Cup versus either Liverpool or Tottenham, who Tottenham are currently 1-0 up, I think, on aggregate against Liverpool. Is it 1-0? So that game's still up in the air as well. But there's a possibility of Tottenham reaching a final, and we need to be there to stop them if that is the case, you know what I mean? And Liverpool, if we meet them in the final, we need to duppy them as well to let them know that we're coming for the league, we're coming for the Premier League and the Champions League. I mean, worst case possibility is we lose against Newcastle, we come second in the Premier League, and we go out in the last 16 versus in the Champions League. Best case scenario at this moment in time, is we beat Newcastle, head to the final, we beat Liverpool or Tottenham, we secure that cup, we win the Premier League and we win the Champions League. Imagine that, you know what I'm saying? That's what we want. Very, very hard to say that will happen. Probably won't. But we're still in it, and as long as you're in it, you're in it to win it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be in it to win it, and we're still in. We're still in. You know what I mean? But yeah, people. So that's the Premier League, Champions League, and the Carabao Cup. January is we've just headed into February times now. So we've just gone through transfers, and transfer market has closed, and I can't lie to you, it has been very much a shambles. You know what I mean? We got no business done, no players through the door. We've got a few guys out on loan we can bring back, but I don't feel like any of them are going to improve the side drastically. I'm kind of disappointed we didn't get anyone through, but like Mikel Arteta has said, like, there's no point just grabbing anybody just to grab someone, you know what I mean? When we can get some proper business done in the summer. Could be too late by then. Everything could be gone. That is the other side of the coin, is that if you don't reinforce in January, then it's going to be harder to win the big honours, you know what I mean? Because by the time the summer transfer market arrives, the league's basically done, Champions League's basically done, the EFL Cup is basically done. So, I mean, it will help us to put us in good stead for next season. So, but that looks like our only option. Our only option is to try going for Isak in the summer. You know what I mean? I think that was Mikel Arteta's main target. Couldn't get him. Put in a small bid for Ollie Watkins. I don't think he really wanted Ollie Watkins, to be honest with you. I don't think he even really wanted Sesko. I think his main target, or Gyökeres, I think his main target was Isak. And because we couldn't get Isak, the board and the higher ups wasn't really feeling it, you know what I mean? I think they asked Arteta who his main choice would be, and I think he did say Isak. They knew they couldn't really get Isak right now, so they decided to not back him in the January transfer window, and that can come back to bite us, you know what I mean? Like I said, we need reinforcements. Everybody's getting tired. The amount of games we're playing, injuries. You never know. We could get a couple of injuries and it could be all over. So that would be a good reason to reinvest in the team this January transfer window. But it didn't happen. We didn't get anybody. It is what it is. We're just gonna have to push on with what we've got. And we're not doing too badly, considering we ain't got our main striker, Kai Havertz, 15 goals in all comps. Better than he did last season, better than he's done previous seasons for Chelsea. So he's getting goals. He's just missing easy chances, you know what I mean? He's missing the easy ones and scoring the harder ones. Whereas if he can start scoring the easy ones as well, he could be a force. You know what I mean? But a lot of people, including myself, feel Like, we need that out and out wicked man. But then again, Man City have got that in Erling Haaland, and they're not doing too well, are they? You know what I mean? I mean, last season they won the quadruple or the treble and all that, so it has worked for them. But right now, he's getting goals, but they're not winning. So it's not so. There's always a grey area, not so black and white. Like I said, we spread the goals around the team. I think it makes us a better team because you don't know where the threat is coming from. With Haaland, Gabriel can just mark him out of the game. You know what I mean? And he don't get no change. Whereas when the goals are coming from Odegaard, Havertz, Trossard, Martinelli, Moreno, Partey, it's harder to stop because you don't know where the goals are coming from. You know what I mean? So I think it's better to have it the way we've got it, with us spreading the goals around, than just to have an out and out striker who's getting all the goals but be easily, you know what I mean, not adding much to the team apart from goals. So we're just gonna have to see how it plays out. Like I said, this show is not for the reactionary fan. This show is for the fan that looks at things in the bigger scale, in the bigger scheme of things, in the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is just gonna have to go with the flow, man, and it is what it is. Can't be getting too upset. It's only football, you know what I mean? It's important to people and all that, but the whole scheme of life, it ain't that important. I mean, but obviously I want to win cups and I want trophies and I want my team to do well. I support them through it all, good and bad. But no reactionary bullshit here on the Bristol Gooner show. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that over here. But yeah, people, it's been about half hour. We've gone through the Premier League, where Arsenal sit, what's going on. We've gone through the Champions League. We've gone through the EFL Cup that is happening tonight, Carabao Cup versus Newcastle. And we've gone through the transfers. There's not really much else we could talk about until we see you on the next show, when hopefully we're into the final of the EFL Cup. We've beat Leicester, beat a couple more teams. We could talk about what stage we're at then. Yeah, man. Make sure you join in later for the live, where we live stream the Newcastle game. Yeah, make sure you lock in, tune in. You know what it is. It's the Bristol Gooner show, number 4. Back to winning ways, you know what I'm saying? Back to the dubs. Back to Dubsville. It's the Gooner, man. Arsenal, Bristol Gooner show. You know what it is. I'm out of here. Look. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying?